All reactions in this program are improvised and have not been rehearsed. Portions of said reactions not affecting the outcome have been edited and/or recreated.
Welcome to Season 2 of
What's on this tape?
For the past year, I've been finding some really interesting stuff, both on VHS and Betamax.
Awesome!
And now that I've got more room in my storage unit, I can fill it with more.
Wait, what?
That's right. I recently found a large cache of even more unlabeled mystery tapes to go through.
Sweet!
There could literally be anything on these. So it's time once again to find out
What's on this tape? 51.
Looks like we got a documentary about Hollywood here. Oh, American cinema. Marilyn Monroe. Oh, it's called The Studio System.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Welcome to American Cinema.
Finally, something other than mystery on these tapes. I understand he's currently in this stage production where he portrays Roald Dahl. I'd really like to see that. I hope it's like filmed and broadcast on the BBC or something. And the episode goes all the way to the end, thank goodness. And it was, looks like it was released on VHS. I should probably track these down. But after that, it looks like we got a serious blizzard. But it only goes for about 2 minutes. Music by Frederick Lowe. Alan J. Lerner. Okay, so this is like a classic movie on Coffee 20. If I had to guess, this is probably My Fair Lady. This must be 1995 or 94. I don't know when it became the WB. Ooh. Now there's a nice snapshot. Oh, there's Chief. He's a nice fuzzy spaniel, yes he is. Yeah, there's my favorite version of the coffee logo. Alright, there's a finely animated commercial. Yes, more plastic that'll eventually end up in the landfill. That's a real tongue twister, by the way. Unfortunately, it looks like we don't have a complete recording of My Fair Lady. But, yeah, it looks like Yankee Doodle Dandy is up next on PBS. You know, I actually found a colorized version of this recently. I think it was on NBC in 1992 or something. Ouch! But to be fair, this does take place in the 1800s. Unfortunately, it looks like the, last few minutes are missing. But now we're coming up on something that was recorded over. The O.J. Simpson preliminary hearing. I can't remember whether this is 95 or 94. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, that was about an hour's worth of the O.J. trial stuff. But let's see what's on the next one.
52.
The private life behind the public performance. Life on American Masters.
Masters.
Tonight on Mystery.
Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson in The Master Blackmailer. Ugh. And we got another one an hour later.
The conclusion to The Master Blackmailer.
Right, of course there's a part 2, because we can't be tortured enough.
Right, now this is what I'd rather be seeing more of. I first saw this at Spike and Mike's in 1994. Man, I also remember when it was shown on PBS, it also had a making of special afterwards. Oh, and there it is! Yeah, I've met Nick Park too. He's a really super nice guy. All right, we're 2 hours into the tape, and it looks like we're coming up on something that was partially recorded over. Oh, the O.J. Simpson preliminary hearing again. I wonder if this is like before or after the stuff on the tape we saw before. All episodes of Days of Our Lives and Another World will be shown in order when regular daytime programming resumes at a future date. Because this is clearly more important than your damn soap operas. Just sitting there watching this guy in the courtroom suffer in silence is clearly more important than your damn soap operas. Okay, so this guy just stuck a tape in the VCR and time shifted it just because.
On the admission of evidence found without a warrant.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
The People versus O.J. Simpson. Of course. So I guess the major networks turned into CNN with 24-hour coverage of the O.J. trial. So the tape is about 6 hours total, and pretty much the rest of it is the O.J. preliminary hearing. Let's go to the next one.
53.
Okay, we've got the beginning of an old movie here. It looks like James Cagney. What? This is Yankee Doodle Dandy again! We saw this on another tape earlier. So this recording goes all the way to the end, but it's missing the first few minutes. And the other recording, has the first few minutes intact, but it's missing the last few minutes. Sheesh. And here it looks like we got a documentary about James Cagney. Hosted by Michael J. Fox. This looks pretty interesting. But unfortunately, it's only like the first minute or so. And now we've got, probably some old movie with some kind of opera singer. Oh! Must be a montage instead. Aha! Mario Lanza, the American Caruso. Hosted by Placido Domingo.
Mario Lanza was a superstar before that word was even invented.
He looks pretty young here. I wonder when this was made.
We'll return with the final act of Mario Lanza, the American Caruso. But now, as thanks for this and other great programs, please pledge your financial support to this public television station.
I knew there was a catch. And just a few minutes later, we've got the second part. At least there wasn't a big pledge break, with people begging for money. There was mostly just trailers. So this looks like 1983 or 1988. Oh! We've got another, oh wow.
Cocaine.
I didn't have a fall. I went to hell.
He's himself Hollywood's comeback kid. And tonight, he kisses and tells.
What does he kiss?
Government waste.
I would say, truthfully, probably a B+.
Tonight, it's your turn. This is prime time. Good evening.
Dang, I wish we had an air date for
These
this.
are horrifying stories that have become almost routine headlines.
But I think it's like sometime around 94 or 95 because Al Gore was the VP, as we just saw. But that was just a fragment of Primetime Live. And we just got out of the blizzard with, this lady.
Before we start the program, we'd like to quickly mention next Tuesday's Masterpiece Theatre offering will be the return of the dynamic duo of Jeeves and Wooster.
Jeeves and Wooster. That's Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. They're pretty cool.
Not the order of the day, as we present Calling the Shots on Masterpiece Theatre.
Calling the Shots, huh? Oh, KTEH. Oh, that logo's gonna give me nightmares. But this time we've got something other than mystery. don't see Alistair Cookie's name. Yes, Art and Culture. Sponsored by Big Oil. Makers of fine oil spills.
Good evening, I'm Linda Ellerby. We are now...
Linda Ellerby. I'm not sure whether she's an actress or a writer or what. Alright, so part 3 of Calling the Shots, unfortunately that's also incomplete because we got another blizzard here. And it sounds like there's someone stuck in that blizzard. Get me out of the TV! Dateline NBC.
Hitting the lottery for $10 million. This man claims he did, so why isn't he smiling?
They always say, all you need is a dollar and dream. What I got is dollar, the biggest nightmare you could ever think about.
And that nightmare is paying taxes.
Mysterious case of the disappearing jackpot.
Do you feel cheated?
The IRS took it. But that was just a fragment of Dateline. But this looks like PBS again. So it's a documentary about FDR on the American experience.
There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Remember that? Alright, so this tape ends with an almost complete documentary of FDR. But I'm just itching to find out what's on the next tape. Oof.
54.
Murder in the first degree.
Oh boy, more murder. 48 hours.
48 hours. An American tragedy.
I wonder which tragedy.
Dan Rather.
Justice for Evan. Aaron Moriarty. Evan who? Missed Signals. Also Aaron Moriarty. Ugh. So, yeah, that 48 Hours episode is missing like its last 9 minutes, but now we're on NBC.
The Elizabeth Taylor Story, an NBC miniseries event.
Presentation is a dramatization based on a number of sources. Certain events in the movie are interpretive. So I'm going to see if this is complete and has any amusing commercials. Whoa! Oh, hey, there's Casper. Oh, I remember this one. Haven't seen it in ages. That's a very nicely animated alligator. I wonder if it's Oscar Grillo or Eric Goldberg or somebody at Richard Williams' studio. Another neat animated commercial. Yeah, it might be a good idea to stock up on those pretty soon because, it's getting hot and it might start getting humid. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this Chevron commercial. Oh, May 22nd. Oh. So, Elaine was doing commercials even, while Seinfeld was on.
Play Cleopatra for 1 million and 10% of the gross.
This town means as much to me as a festering bowl of dog snot.
Outrageous.
Yeah, you know what that's from. And you know who that guy is.
You're asking me to play a whore.
Doesn't she always? Okay, so it looks like Liz is complete, at least the first part of it.
Conclusion of the Elizabeth Taylor story.
And we have the conclusion. Thank goodness. Oh, compassionate struggle on behalf of AIDS victims. Okay. Good timing. Early in the morning, the Chevron cars are about to wake up. I wonder if this is like one of the first ones. Because this is like 95. I don't remember when they, started making the toy cars. So this is like a longer version of that little, that other ad we saw earlier. Techron is here. I guess this is like when they were introducing Techron, you know, whatever that is. Maybe it's some kind of chemical or something. If you know what Techron is, leave it in the comments.
People need to hear we want full equality.
Yes, we still do today.
Across the country, and gay couples are fighting for the ultimate victory.
Hope will never be silent.
Worth getting equal rights.
I eat them and I love them. There. What's so hard about that?
Yeah, I bet she also watches cartoons on Saturday morning.
So they're going to be seen late at night, right? Oh,
They're good.
I love him. Don't you just
Aww. Coochie coochie.
Of America, we understand that it's the little things that make a big
Is this
difference.
like an actual old commercial? Like reused footage?
check my phone right over the phone? And if
I mean, these days, who can tell? Yeah, the UPA influence is definitely there.
Banking the way it used to be. Except for the computers and stuff.
There's the 7-Up guy again.
One that's fresh and clean.
Yeah, I'd like to know who did these. Whoever it was must have worked for Richard Williams, maybe. Maybe Uli Meyer.
Yes, sir, you bet. So anyway, these two farmers walk in a hardware store.
Oh, there's Diedrich Bader again.
We get to see Jay Leno try to eat with that funny chin.
How do you eat? Apparently not as well as you.
Like Phil
Oh.
well in hell.
Oh, wow. I've got to track these episodes down. Yes, the second part of Liz is complete. That'll definitely add value to this tape. And we got a different recording here.
Through illiteracy,
When I didn't have no money,
welfare,
no food,
addiction.
This kind of feels like PDS. Frontline, The Confessions of Rosalie. So, it's probably missing like the first few minutes. Oh, but it looks like there's some more on this tape that was recorded over partially.
Help, my daughter is teased on the next Ricky Lake.
Oh,
Today at
Ricky
3 on
Lake.
Channel 4.
Haven't seen her in a while.
Burbank Hero.
More of the People
Ira
versus
Reiner,
O.J.
former
Simpson.
Attorney in Los Angeles, special consultant NBC News, and NBC News consultant Johnny Cochran, premier defense attorney.
If it
out on the
doesn't
West
fit, you
Coast.
must
And
acquit.
Johnny, let's begin with you.
And that was about 14 minutes or so of OJ trial remnants, recorded over with stuff like 48 Hours and Liz and Frontline. But on to the next tape.
55.
Looks like the first thing on this tape is a KTVU movie special. And it's about Gone with the Wind. Very underrated actress. So that's about like an hour's worth of that Gone with the Wind documentary. I don't think it's complete. It's probably an extra hour that's missing.
It was so crazy here. This
Oh.
man was supposedly, at least in his mind, I guess, making love to me.
But this seems a lot more darker.
He loved, and yet he would look at the clock and time would be up. He'd say, "Time's up," just like any other appointment.
Oh boy, he crossed some serious boundaries. Okay, so it's a Frontline episode called My Doctor, My Lover. Wonder what year it is.
Coming up next on Channel 9 is Patently Offensive, Porn Under Siege. This special KQED in-depth report probes the impact the $10 billion pornography industry has on American culture. In
Probe.
doing so, this film contains adult material which may not be suitable for all viewers.
Oh,
If you find this type of material offensive, then please turn the channel.
yeah, really. Watch HBO or something. So this looks like San Francisco.
Okay, take 237 to Calaveras Boulevard.
237 Calaveras? Sounds like
The
Milpitas.
mind base is probably Nina Hartley or Shannon McQuaid. Won't matter.
American Video Center. Yeah, that must have been a cool video store. And this hour-long documentary is complete.
If you would like to express your views regarding this program, call the KQED comments line.
Yeah,
at
they didn't have email back then.
100.
And here we got promos for Frontline, Land of the Eagle, and probably some B-roll footage of SF. Oh, the Rose Garden.
On Channel 9 is patently offensive. Porn under siege.
Wait, they're showing it again?
KQED in-depth report.
Either this is a part 2 or it's the exact same thing we just saw. It's the exact same thing. Huh. Interesting that they showed it twice. And this showing is also complete. Thank goodness. It's good to have a backup copy, I guess.
If you would like to express your views regarding this program,
Yeah, because like I said, they didn't have email back then.
53-2100.
I have a dream.
Ooh, we got Geraldo now. This looks like it's about MLK.
Who killed Martin Luther King?
Uh-huh.
have anything to do with killing Martin Luther King. I didn't shoot him. I didn't know he was going to be shot.
So that's him. That's James Earl Ray.
Another exclusive interview. The woman who perhaps knows that man better than anyone else, his wife, Anna Sandhu Ray, will reveal her own shocking conclusions about her husband's guilt.
Yeah, this sounds like interesting TV, you know, despite the reception antenna quality. Oh, it must be around the holidays.
Time for Babar and his family to leave their jungle kingdom for Macy's to find
Oh, wow, Babar. You don't see him very much these days.
Oh, thanks. Already got one.
Look, Babar, you're at Macy's.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was done by Nelvana or Cinar or whoever was doing those specials at the time. Mm-hmm. It looks like the MLK episode of Geraldo is complete from start to finish, with commercials. Ooh, and bars and tone. Oh, that was a little slate thingy. I think this must have been like part of a network feed. Oh, uh-oh. More porn. More mystery. This is starting to drive me crazy. At this point, I'm probably going to start having nightmares of Diana Rigg and Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. The problem of Thor Bridge. Of course, we've seen that one before. We've probably seen them all by now. Oh, thank goodness it's over. Looks like there's a few more minutes on the tape. Let me check. Ugh, Garrison Keillor. How square can you get? Ooh, Bobby McFerrin. He's pretty cool. Oh, yes, Robin and Linda Williams. Ooh, this looks like an animated special that I've never seen before.
Award-winning animation, fantastic characters, timeless stories of magic, and the triumph of good over evil. It's all here in Myth of the Maya, the illustrated tales of the ancient Popol Vuh. Join us Friday night at 10.
I'm gonna have to track down a copy of this. This looks pretty cool. And after a bunch of PBS promos, it looks like we've got something that was partially recorded over. Wait, is that Reading Rainbow? Is that like LeVar Burton on the right? Let me check. Yeah, that's definitely not LeVar. Okay, so that was another 5 tapes. We had some OJ trial, documentaries about American cinema, more mystery episodes, unfortunately, some classic movies here and there, a complete made-for-TV movie of Elizabeth Taylor, and an interesting documentary about the war against porn, and an episode of Geraldo about MLK and who really killed him. Yeah, mystery episodes aside, this is a pretty decent variety. I wonder what I'm gonna find on the next few tapes. Hopefully not more mystery, but you'll see next week. So take care, and as always,
Adios, muchachos.
Stay tuned for the next episode of What's on This Tape, where even more hidden content will be revealed.